and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
It's been 3 weeks since a Whitley County woman was found shot to death. Investigators think her boyfriend, Nicholas Rucker, is the one who pulled the trigger. He is still on the run tonight and may have been last spotted in Tennessee. WYMT's Phil Pendleton talked to the family of Vicki Connor today, and he explains what they are doing to try and catch her killer.
For 3 weeks now, word of a killer on the loose has many in the Corbin area remaining on edge.
We're just worried for the community in general. He took her life senseless, needlessly, and then just took off.
Nicholas Rucker has remained on the run ever since police say that he shot and killed his girlfriend Vicki Connor at a home in Woodbine where the two had been staying.
Vicki was the type of person that if I had a bad day, no matter what kind of day she had, I could go to her and lay in her arms and she would comfort me, listen to me.
All this time without word of his arrest has Wagner trying to raise money that she says will go to a reward for the person who ultimately provides the tip to help police.
Maybe the money will motivate somebody to come forward and to say that they've actually seen him and stay on him until law enforcement can get to him.
She believes someone is helping him, and if that's true, police say that person will face charges.
He's a dangerous man. I don't know him personally. I know the talk of him around town, and I knew the way he treated Vicki.
Police say despite some reports of him being in Tennessee, there is no solid evidence that he has left the area and headed south. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Nancy Wagner says the reward's goal is $10,000, but any amount they receive will go to the tipster. All information should be given to Kentucky State Police in London. The future of a federal prison that was supposed to bring nearly 300 jobs to Letcher County is now unknown. Today we learned the federal government is planning on withdrawing its approval for the project. WYMT's Connor James is live in Letcher County at the site where this was supposed to happen, and he joins us now with more on what we know. Connor?
Steve, I'm here at the site in Roxana, like you said, where this project was supposed to happen. It's been a project nearly 15 years in the making. Now it kind of sits in limbo as the Bureau of Prisons plans on rescinding their decision to build it here. The official announcement for this is expected to be released next week. Up here on this former coal mine property was supposed to be the home of it. Now, this project not happening is not definite. Representative Hal Rogers, who worked on the project, said he's found nothing to suggest that the record of decision cannot be reissued once it is rescinded. But like we mentioned, nearly 300 jobs could have come from this. For others in the community, they say this could have been a huge economic boost for their business. The Isom IGA actually had hoped to win a bid for the project to supply milk and possibly some other food to the prison.
The impact of hearing that the prison may not come to Letcher County is a little bit devastating because I'd planned on doing that because I wanted to expand my opportunities to bid, not only for milk, but anything else that the prisoners needed.
Steve, now there is still $510 million set aside for this project. There's a lot of working parts to go into this. I'll have much more coming up at 11, and you can head over to WYMT.com right now and see Representative Hal Rogers' full statement. Like I said, I'll have much more at 11. I'm live in Letcher County. Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Connor, thank you. Nearly 8 decades later, military officials identified a sailor killed at Pearl Harbor as a Pike County man. This is Millard Burke, Jr. He was only 19 when 429 crewmen of the USS Oklahoma were killed on December 7, 1941, as the Japanese attacked. Scientists used dental records and other methods to learn Burke's identity. Burke will be reburied at the Punch Bowl later this year on July 19th. An anonymous tip led police to meth Tuesday evening in Floyd County. Deputies arrested 3 people as a result. Here's a look at what they found. Investigators took baggies of meth, digital scales, cash, and pills from the home. They arrested Azzy Hall, Retta McKenzie, and Stephen Hunter. Each face drug trafficking charges.
Well, we started out with sunshine today for some of us, but those clouds have been increasing throughout the day, and now those rain chances really going to increase as we head into the overnight hours. You'll notice as we take a look at the National Weather Service camera in Jackson, a little bit of sunshine earlier today, peaks of sunshine throughout the day, but really that cloud cover has been increasing. Rain chances starting to increase as well. Looking over into Jenkins, US 119, US 23, it's been a little bit soggy over there at times. They've seen those scattered rain chances really throughout the day. You'll notice that on satellite and radar, those chances have really remained to the south and to the east for our friends really bordering that Kentucky to Virginia, even parts of eastern Tennessee as well. And now we're seeing that cloud cover really increasing, and there's those scattered rain chances. They'll become more widespread really as we head into the overnight hours. That cold front out west, way far in western Kentucky, still making its way here into the mountains. Temperatures into the upper 60s, lower 70s. It's going to be a little bit cooler, especially once that front moves through. So those widespread rain chances, showers and storms tonight as that cold front moves through. A lot cooler as we head into your Thursday. Sunshine also returns by the time we get to your Friday and a little bit into your weekend as well. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up and in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right, thank you, Paige. Kentucky lawmakers have less than 3 weeks now before some quasi-governmental agencies have to pay more for pension costs. Today, House Democratic leaders invited Governor Bevin to a face-to-face meeting. They say they want to come to an agreement on a pension plan before the July 1st deadline. Governor Bevin's proposal still does not have enough support to pass. He has said he would not call a special session until the votes were there. Consideration of Sunday alcohol sales has become a hot topic at recent Wolfe County fiscal court meetings. WYMT's Taylor Upchurch talked with those in support of the change and those against it. She's in our newsroom with more. Taylor?
Steve, officials tell me Wolfe County became a wet county back in 1991. This, of course, meant alcohol was only to be sold Monday through Saturday. In February's meeting, Magistrate Wade Gibbs says several people voted to have an ordinance created allowing for Sunday alcohol sales, which must now be approved by the fiscal court. To move forward, the court must have 2 public readings of this ordinance approved by majority vote. Today I talked with a restaurant owner and a retired pastor who shared with me what they feel are benefits and drawbacks of the possible change.
Powell County has sales on Sunday, Breathitt County has sales on Sunday, so it's difficult for us now that we're in a position that we're sending people elsewhere.
I'm opposed to the sale of alcohol, period. I wish that it wasn't on the market because I think it destroys a lot of lives.
County officials plan to present the ordinance to the public in upcoming meetings. For those interested in attending, fiscal court meetings are held the second Tuesday of every month at 1:30. You can hear more about this story tonight at 11. Steve?
All right, Taylor Upchurch in our newsroom. Thank you. Kentucky State Police are still investigating an officer-involved shooting in Perry County that left 1 person dead. KSP has not yet released the name of the person killed or the trooper injured. The shooting happened Monday night when officers were serving a search warrant, but they say 2 men from a home across the street came out and confronted them. One of the suspects had a gun. That's when a shootout started. The trooper was shot in the leg and is expected to be okay. A new report by the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy says several counties have inconsistent bail practices. The Courier-Journal reports the study was released Tuesday. It found that the number of defendants released before trial last year without having to post cash bail ranged from as low as 5% in McCracken County to as high as 68% in Martin County. It also found that only 17% of defendants in Wolfe County could afford to pay cash bail when it was required, compared to 99% in Hopkins County. Now on WYMT.com, we have a more in-depth breakdown. There you can find these interactive maps, and they look at how each county is impacted. Again, that is on WYMT.com. Staff from BD's Mongolian Grill in Lexington came all the way down to Pineville today to feed hospital employees. Staff received their first paychecks in several weeks on Friday, but many generous individual donors and businesses continue to help out while they catch back up. BD's employee Kyle Nelson says giving back to the community like this is one of BD's 5 core values, and by keeping up with what was happening in Pineville, he was glad to be part of donating food for all 68 employees.
This is just one meal. They worked 8 to 10 weeks with no paycheck. That's something that it wasn't asked of them. It was something that they wanted to do. So they're the true heroes here. We're just providing another day of lunch.
Each employee also received coupons to use the next time they are in Lexington. A family-owned and operated restaurant has been a local warm weather favorite in Corbin since 1967. However, employees say a couple of pictures with a certain customer yesterday afternoon is probably more publicity than they have ever received. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds has more from the root beer stand in Corbin.
The root beer stand in Corbin is a favorite by many.
That's where everybody goes. It's usually packed. I mean, except for the day, you know, it's a little bit cloudy, but usually it's packed.
It was a normal day for workers there on Tuesday. That is when an SUV pulled into Space 22, and in it, a man catching Alice Helton's eye.
But I kept staring at him. I guess he thought I was crazy.
She told her co-workers she thought it was Coach Calipari.
They said, no, he's in Northern Kentucky. I said, no, he's out here. If that ain't him, that's his twin, you know, somebody that looks like him.
But Alice was right. It was Coach Cal. And even though employees tried to let him eat in peace, Coach Cal insisted on sharing pictures with employees with his millions of Twitter followers.
I fanboyed out a little bit. You run over that scenario in your mind, what if someone like that were to stop by? But you never actually imagine that Cal's going to stop at your place.
Manager Robert Champlin says he believes employees like Alice doing their best to make everyone's experience equally special for everyone is what led Coach Cal to their parking lot.
That's the reason that the root beer stand's special, that and the community that we're a part of.
A chance encounter they will never forget. In Corbin, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Employees say Coach Cal loved the hamburger that he ate, but could not leave without a root beer float for the road. The Hazard Band of Gold is holding its annual mine safety competition. Teams from as far as Alabama hit the turf today at Hazard High School, testing their skills. This work is important because it is needed training in a field where the numbers keep dropping, but the danger stays the same.
Like if we have to go out on a disaster and stuff like that and everything, our main important goal is to make sure that we can go in and do things safely, especially for a team, and try to get to survive, you know, if any survivors and stuff in there. It's like I say, they're trying to get out and we're trying to get in to get up there to help them.
The competition continues tomorrow.
Well, while tonight will be a little bit rainy, continuing into your Thursday, good news is sunshine returns by Friday and Saturday, which means if you need to get out and mow that lawn, Friday and Saturday is looking like those best days. I'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.
But first, we'll show you why there were plenty of smiling faces today in Whitesburg.